What's up, you guys? Why is Trump acquitted? The critic here, and today I'm reviewing TYRON by slowthai. It has been a few years since we've heard the amazing Nothing Is Great About Britain, and slowthai has released one of my most anticipated albums of 2021, TYRON. I have been looking forward to listening to his second album, and it didn't disappoint at all. This album was so good. slowthai is now officially one of my favorite and interesting current British artists. I can't really find a single bad song in this album, and the organization was well put together. Starting off with the hardcore 45 Smoke, slowthai brings a dramatic and heated approach by grasping more of a trap sound. It gets you off your seat and to get you ready for what's about to come next. Cancelled is the second collaborative track with fellow British rapper Skepta. Like their first collaborative track, Inglorious, both rappers again have really awesome chemistry and fascinating lyricism. Skepta did outshine slowthai up to the point where it sounded more like a Skepta track. I do think it is one of the best tracks on this album, but it didn't really leave an impression on here because it wasn't organized. The trap transition was like a British version of ASAP Mob, which now I will transition to the next track. MAZZA features ASAP Rocky, and it was the second single released before this album came out. The production does bring a dial-it Playboy Cardi vibe, and that goes for the vocal theme as well. Rocky is a highlight by making a banger approach, and it sounds like Who Dat Rocky as well. I love the production with its smooth and patient, dirty and gasping chords. Vex is one of those tracks where slowthai gets into his manic mode. His anger and stress upon the definition of fakeness, how fake people are by trying to show that they're living their happiest lives even though they aren't. He specifically aims at social media because it has made a huge impact on that topic. The insane and hardcore instrumentals add to his dramatic versatility. What was the shortest track on here, but I gotta say it's still hard as fuck. I just found out it has trauma behind it because on the day he made this song, slowthai has met the late Pop Smoke the same exact day he passed away. Once you've learned about how the song was made, you start to understand why it was made. Dad has a solid instrumental with a little background melody that kind of gets in your head. The representation behind it is what makes the song impactful because it's about how you feel like everyone around you is dead. It's somehow a sequel song to Vex. Play With Fire is the conclusion to disc 1 of this album. This depressing track has a flair for being amazing in a unique way. slowthai's passionate performance and lyricism is the highlight of this track. I really do think this track is the perfect transition into what we're about to listen to on disc 2 because his negative thoughts start to rise as the track continues. I Tried is a great start to seeing slowthai on his vulnerable side with its versatility and tough instrumentals. Its visually gorgeous samples sounds like something Tyler the Creator would produce. slowthai's lyricism is animated like someone falling down on an endless void. Focus has a Drake-inspired instrumental to me, but it's a slowthai version. He brings this mellow versatility by explaining his way of life. It's about how he would always end up in jail up to the point where he found his way out, except for the people he used to hang around with. Terms was a great track with an earworm chorus by Dominic Fike. I don't know what's with this new trend of artists featuring other artists who are not completely on the track. Denzel Curry didn't really completely appear on this track, and I feel like he was just sampled out. It was just like the time Ash Nico made a track that involved a similar style. But still, the song's amazing. Push was another amazing track on here, and it does sound like it's inspired by Eminem Stan. It's an acronym for Praying Until Something Happens, which basically means that you have to keep pushing and living life. Deb Never's feature is very emotional and it adds a nice touch to slowthai's manic versatility. It is his most uplifting track on this album. NHS is another acronym for National Health Services, and it's one of my favorite tracks with slowthai's raw vocal performance and an earworm of an instrumental. He explains a two-sided story about taking the bad in with the good. It's also about the mental stress of overthinking and paranoia. Feel Away is one of the most beautiful tracks I've heard from slowthai. It showed another side of the artist, and James Blake really did help with both production and vocal performance. It's dedicated to his late brother, but it's about being empathetic towards your partner and how men tend to leave their pregnant women. The music video perfectly explains it further, and the production is just still rich with Mount Kimby's conclusion. ADHD is a fantastic conclusion, and for me as a person with ADHD, it's so incredible. I just want to thank him for making a song where people don't take this mental disorder seriously. It's so hard for people like me to deal with a mental illness on a daily basis and how uncontrollable it is. It's such an amazing conclusion because it always reminds me to try. Overall, I think this is an amazing album, and it proves that slowthai is one of the most energetic and interesting artists I have listened to. I just wish there was a little bit more slowthai on some of his tracks. The vulnerability slowthai shows in this album is incredible, and it proves how much he has grown through these past 5 years. This album is also a reason why slowthai causes these kinds of acts and why his behavior may approach him as bizarre, and he isn't the first artist to do that. Mental health is a serious topic in the music industry, and that's what slowthai focuses on. This is one of my favorite albums this year. I'm giving TYRON by slowthai an A-. Let's switch it up. Hey guys, what do you think about this album? Be sure to comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Make sure you guys also follow my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter as well. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are amazing. Peace out.